Hello, I'm Lucy from Lucy Marked. I make handmade goodies for pets and people right here in Melbourne. Hello. For December's video, I'm going to try something a bit different. Maybe film some more clips throughout the weeks rather than just at the end. So just check the weather. Saturday, I do have a market booked at Elwood, but the weather's looking like thunderstorms for most of the day, rain obviously. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't had a confirmation yet of the store number or anything like that, so I can't even remember if I booked for that one. I'm pretty sure I did. So there's that. It's a cheap one, $38, so I think I'll still go because it's not that much rain. More the thunder that I'm a bit concerned about. So yeah, just to go in, hopefully make back my store fee money, and yeah, hopefully not get too wet, because then I've got Nana Wadding on Sunday, and that's at least starting I think 1 to 5, so if stuff does get wet it can dry off by then. I had a nap, so I had work today, worked at school. Now I'm going to go to one of Yaz's workshops for the first time actually. I've never actually had the chance of going to one. And yeah, I might film some clips while I'm there. Again, trying something different with these videos. Yeah, hopefully there'll be some good inspiration for how to run my workshops. I'm still, you know, not sure whether to just let people just make a mess and I'll clean it up at the end, or sort of encourage the kids to clean up after themselves as they go, because that's teaching them good skills, but obviously I don't want to make it like a chore for them when they come. So yeah, it would be good to see how Yaz runs her workshops, and yeah, see you later.
Clementine, she's a shy one. Yeah. She's really sweet, you know.
Okay, so today's Thursday. I went to Yaz's workshop last night and it was so different to how I run my workshop. It was really good to see the vibe and just see what kind of people go, why they go. So yeah, chatted to the people next to me as well. It was cool. Today's Thursday. It's my get stuff, tie up loose ends kind of day usually. So I'm back at school on Fridays, and then I've got a market on Saturday and Sunday, so it's a good hustle day. I'm finally gonna get some portable microphone sort of pack things, so hopefully I can improve the audio situation. And then I've also got a lot of bandanas, like Christmas bandanas, I need to finish up. Yeah, whole bunch of Christmas bandanas I need to finish working on, and some other ones that I'm out of stock of. Usually I only bring maybe like 1 or 2 of each print to a market, but yeah, people are going pretty crazy or pretty excited for Christmas themed things, so I'm hoping to just make as much as I can and hopefully not run out of stock. So we'll see how we go. So like I said before, I'm working on trying to make as many Christmas themed bandanas and probably other Christmas themed things as well while I've got the free time. So it's currently, what is it? I think it's the 4th of December. Yeah, I've got my OG bandanas, Christmas bandanas that I've been making and selling for the past month and a half, and they're pretty popular, or people like them at least. I don't know about popular. But I am adding, I've had these ready to cut, and I finally put aside some time to cut them into sizes. So I'm adding the other Christmas prints that I've had for ages. So there's those. I fixed up the sizing so it fits. I fixed up the larger sizing so it fits a larger buckle. Yeah, that fits now. You can fit it all the way in, and they'll be good for larger dogs. So yeah, lots of different Christmas prints. There's a few more. I've got the Merry Christmas one here, and the cats and dogs one, and my favourite, thinking a bit outside of the box. You know, being in Australia, pavlova is a pretty common Christmas themed food. I don't usually eat it or have it, but friends might bring this to, I might have friends who bring this to Friendmas. So pavlova's good, and it's nice and bright. I like how the print is pretty recognizable from a distance as well. That's a nice Christmas one I've added to the range. It's currently,
hello, December 5th, Thursday. I will do my very best to assist you in any way I can. Let's do our best.
I've also got my Christmas collars made up as well, so hopefully I can make more in the other sizes and make a stand for those today so it's not too overcrowded. It's 9:45 now. I'm hoping to, well, I'm meeting up a guy from Facebook Marketplace to buy some mic transmitters. I think that's what they're called. So that's at 12. So I've got like 2 hours. It's actually good to have appointments and stuff booked throughout the day, because that just forces me to plan around that and sort of see what time I have. I'm also using the Kmart wireless iron. Nothing fancy, but no wires. For, I don't know, 20 to 40 bucks. I think that's what it cost. It's a pretty good deal, particularly when the ones I was looking at, they were probably like $100 or $200, and I almost bought them, except for the fact that they mostly came from Japan, the Philips ones, and I think there was an issue with like differences in power voltage. Yeah, so I didn't want to short circuit my house or things like that, so ended going up with good old Kmart, and budget option's pretty good. The only gripe I've got with it is it's quite large for the things that I'm ironing. Down the line, I think I'll eventually get one of those mini heat presses from like Cricut or whatever, but not a priority just at the minute. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to listening to my podcast. Yeah, so I might just do a time lapse and we'll see what time it is by the time I finish ironing and sewing. Hello. I've ironed quite a few collar bandanas, so I'm gonna hit the sewing machine quite soon. I missed one. I'm thinking I might also do these cookies and milk ones to add to the sort of Christmas range. I think that might be good for people wanting to have one feel like Santa, that sort of thing. So I'll make sure I do those, and all the non-Christmassy ones I'll just leave to, if I've got time over the next couple of weeks, I can add them because they're still good sort of summer prints. But yeah, Christmas is the priority. Alright, so I've been sewing for the last hour. I'm gonna fix up my bandana stands. They're still a bit janky from St Kilda Market with that crazy wind. So I'm going to change the hinges. Hello! So, back from Nunawading Market. I'm very tired, or pretty tired. Did some big numbers today. I got 466 in sales. I do have to double check how much the store fee was. I think it was about 60 or 70. Even then, that's a pretty good take home. And then yesterday at Elwood, I did 269, and that was $50 for the store fee, so that's pretty good. So all up, maybe 2 weeks out or a week out from Christmas, that's a $700 give or take weekend, or just over $700, so that's pretty good. So I am curious to see how it goes after like the Christmas period. So I would like to just see how it sort of, what's a regular when it's not leading up to Christmas, because a lot of people are buying Christmas bandanas or Christmas themed collars, bows. So of my other stuff, not so much non-Christmas things. So I am sort of hoping to save up, or at least to justify the cost of buying an SUV to fit more market things. So let's see, you know, after January, maybe even after February or midway through Feb, if I'm still doing okay numbers, I'm happy to, you know, justify it as a business cost and hopefully be able to claim some of it when I eventually make enough on tax. So that would be super interesting to see. Next weekend is my last weekend. I've got Heidi Market on Saturday. That should be a good one. And the last one I've got is actually a new one to me, which is Elston Week with the organisers I'm not too sure of either. That is the second last weekend before Christmas. So hopefully that's a big one as well, particularly Heidi. That'll be my second time there. Yep, so this week I have to make some more Christmas things just to restock. Last night I made some more collars, and the Christmas ones and the sushi one already got sold today, so that's good. I'm getting some good momentum with the things I'm making and knowing that they're gonna sell, which is reassuring. And I did get some things back from a stall like exhibition thing I signed up locally. I didn't do so well there. I think it was more of a quiet market. It was 10 days at a local sort of community centre. It was pretty cheap for 10 days, but I don't think there was that much traffic compared to like a regular market. So I don't know what I sold or how much I made. I just know I've sold 4 items. So I don't think I'll do that again next year, mostly because it was setting up during the work day. So if I was at school teaching that day, it was really hard to sort of work around that schedule. And then I also had to inventory, like I make a list of everything in a sort of different format to how I'm used to. So that actually took like 2 days or even 3 days. So it's, yeah, a lot of work for not much return. So I don't think I'll do that next year, even though it's local and pretty cheap. And then speaking of that as well, I did or do have like a stand at a local-ish sort of handmade collective shop in Ferntree Gully. I haven't checked on it in a while, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, which is pretty bad, but same deal there. I don't think I'm like making too much back from there. That one I'm paying $300 a month, so yeah, I'm thinking about pulling out from there, and then I'll get, you know, stock back from that and just some furniture and hooks, so at least I can decorate my stall a bit more. So yeah, we'll get through Christmas, maybe try to add some new things or test out some new things over the break, introduce some new things to my stall next year. And yeah, $700 weekend, that's pretty good. Hello, so it is about 5:45 on a Monday, and I've had a pretty productive day. Usually Mondays I'm a bit scattered and don't really know what I'm doing, and then end up wasting a lot of time. So I washed a whole bunch of fabric that I bought from Spotlight since they had a big sale and their Christmas stuff was even more discounted, so I thought I'd stock up for next year. So Nana Wadding, super, or not for me, super successful. So I'm pretty excited to do Christmas again next year, even though I've still got 2 markets next weekend. So I've got ideas that I don't have time to do for this year, but I do want to try them for next year. Something I forgot to mention in yesterday's sort of recap was I had a custom request for, well, this fabric, a pink Christmas fabric. So I also went to Spotlight today to shop for more pink coloured Christmas prints. So I got a request for one without the padding. So this one's pretty thin, but same size as the ones that I had made already. So yeah, same size, but no padding. This has padding. A different style I can also offer, and she specifically wanted the tail, the ties. She had one on her Chihuahua already, so that was a good reference for me as well. So I think it turned out pretty cute. I just sent her a picture of it and she just wants it a little bit pointier, which will be an easy fix. But yeah, that's exciting. And then I'm pretty sure that could be something I make for, if I add on, I've got these alligator clips that I could hot glue onto the back. So then that could be something I have for people as well. So yeah, that was pretty cool to get a custom order. I've never had a custom order yet. I feel like I'm still starting out, still sort of making my name out there. But yeah, I think this sort of first month of really having a good hot crack, I think it's been good feedback first of all, and then next year I can go in with all the like a bit more confidence of what direction I'm going for in terms of products that I make. And also I think with like, because I haven't had anyone really other than friends that I've sent stuff to or given stuff to, I haven't had, except for one person, send me a photo of their dog or cat wearing the thing that they bought. So as more tagged photos and more that I'm getting a bit more, people can see that I'm making more sales, it's not just me posting all the time, I think that will add to my credibility, and I think that will help as well. I think it'll take time, and that's the advice I got from, I'm not sure what his business was called, but it was a condiments stall, like Indian spices. He was actually English, but he had some like Mumbai chutney. We've been eating that recently and that was really good. But yeah, when you're starting out, it's nice to talk to people that have done it for longer as well, because they'll say little tips here and there, like stick it out, it'll even out, you know, throughout the year when you have slow markets as well. Yeah, consistency, like most things, seems to be the key to success, which is funny because consistency is not really my strength in most other areas. That's exciting. What else? I'll take you to the garden. So the rest of my day I've been sort of reorganizing all these succulents I potted up maybe 4 months ago. They are well grown in or rooted, and I finally have enough or have the time and energy to sort of have people come by them on the after hours. Something else I didn't mention was I did a photo shoot with, so I signed up for one of those competitions where you win like a free service. So this was for professional photography, particularly pet focused, so that really piqued my interest. Took a shot, you know, applied, I think it was just a quick Google form, ended up being picked. I don't know how many people they picked, could have been a lot. It was a bit of back and forth trying to organise a date, and then it was a busy time of year, November, like that's when I was really ramping up with the markets. So it was pretty stressful, but really glad I did it because I brought a whole bunch of bandanas for Maisie to swap into for each setting. So it was pretty good. I was pretty open and transparent that even though I won like the free photography session and like I got like a voucher for a 15 by 10 inch print or whatever, yeah, I was pretty open and honest saying like, hey, I did start a handmade pet business and I do want to use some of these photos for that, and they were actually really helpful and they weren't like cagey or anything about it. So I ended up having a Zoom call with the artist director today, with James, and got to see like the final shot narrowed down. So we did about, I think, 6 different scenes. We chose, there were probably 3 that I really liked, and the size that we ended up picking, so we picked one with James and I and Maisie in the middle. She's actually yawning. She's very cute wearing her bandana and she's yawning, so she did do a lot of a spiel about, you know, what's the emotion, what's the feeling, what do you want to remember this time for, that kind of thing. So it was all very new to me, so I was a bit like, alright, let's just look at the photos. But we've got our family portrait picked out. We're going to hang that in the dining room, and I also got to get 2 other prints that I liked. So one with Maisie and then one with me and Maisie, and that one I could use for the business sort of side. You can really see the bandana, so I think that was an ultimate win, that I could get professional photos done, a professional setting that I would never even considered reaching out to and doing. So yeah, that was pretty cool to do. I think it'll take a few weeks to receive the portrait, so I think that's when we'll get the digital files as well. That will be cool to put on thank you cards, or even like on the website, maybe a profile photo, business sort of profile photo. So yeah, I think that was really cool. So out of our wheelhouse. We are very awkward people with photography, so we chose the one where we weren't looking at the camera as well. Natural for us and super nice. Okay, so it's Thursday. I've been kind of busy sewing most of the morning. Just finishing up these bandanas that I have been cutting since Tuesday, turned them out on Wednesday, and now I've got all these new Christmas prints for the last Christmas weekend. So I thought I was just stocking up on Christmas fabric while it's on sale for next year, but they don't take too long to whip up, especially for just 2 days of markets. I can manage to squeeze that in for hopefully some more sales. Yep, so I've done that, and pretty exciting. I finally got the time to just make this custom order a bit pointier like she wanted, and I've added the Velcro ties on the back. So I've sent her photos, I made a custom listing on my Shopify website, and yeah, I'm gonna go to the post office and hopefully get that sent to her, or hopefully she receives it by sometime next week. So yeah, I think first month, 2 months doing markets properly, focusing on my sort of loosely masked side, I think it's been pretty good. So yay! So back from Heidi Market, pretty tired, pretty grimy from sweating all day as well. Made the mistake of wearing a jumpsuit and turned out to be 27 degrees, so that wasn't fun. Still yet to hit me, but I doubled what I made last weekend in Underwating, where I thought even that was incredible. I made over $800, which is like 2 or 3 days worth of teaching. I'm still processing how much of a milestone that is. So yeah, it was really nice. I had a couple of repeat customers, like someone just came by to say hi, and she showed off the pouch that she bought from me last time, and that was, yeah, just nice to be, like, to feel a bit more established. Yeah, just getting to know my store neighbours a bit more, so it's feeling more like a community, which is really nice. And it's only the 14th or 15th of December, so Christmas markets really pop off. Heidi Market having so many, being so dog friendly, I think it's really like my people, so I think that will be a permanent fixture for me, and tomorrow Elston Wick is a really new one for us. I haven't even seen it before, but I think it's a similar sort of layout to Heidi Market, so that'll be the last one for the year. I think colours, even though it's already like 5 p.m, I think I'll need to make a few more colours for tomorrow, just because I think I'm already out. Just because they're doing so well, it would be good to stock up on a few more before I pack it up for 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, wow. So it's Boxing Day. I've just had a chance to finally sit down and film this ending of the video. So Trust Market, my very last one that I've never even been to before. It was so beautiful on this sort of heritage site, beautiful sprawling lawn with like extended park area, very bougie customers that were dressing up for the day out. I felt quite underdressed, to be honest. And then there was this beautiful sort of backdrop of some old building against a bright blue sky, so it was really nice, even just for the atmosphere. Like, I've already booked in for three weekends. Like, that's how much I enjoyed it. So I've got some clips there, so I'll show that as well. To wrap up December markets in total, so Trust Market, I made $649, down from the last market, but that's still a really good take home. Especially, I had no idea what to expect for that one. So total for all of December, I pulled in 2,500, I can't read backwards, $2,524. Yeah, as the months went on, it got busier. Sorry, as the weeks went on, it got a lot busier, especially that second last weekend towards Christmas. I didn't do the last weekend this year because I was hosting a friend's miss at my place on the Saturday, so I didn't really want to be sort of dealing with that and have to go to a market the next day. But I do want to try it next year, so that's something I'm just curious about as well. And what I want to think about, or what I'd want to start doing instead of talking about how much money I make, because that's dependent on how much you price your items. It doesn't really reflect how much you're putting into like the cost to make the item, or like the stall fee, that kind of thing. So to make it a bit more comparable to your own business, or if you're just curious, over that whole period I had 79 separate orders. So I had 79 separate orders over the 4 markets over 2 weekends, 9 orders at Elwood, 12 orders at Nunawading, 30 orders at Heidi Market, and 19 orders at Trust Market. So moving forward, I think I'll just talk about how well my markets do in terms of orders and like transactions. And something I forgot to mention when I was filming earlier in the month, luckily I did go to some of the markets before coming up to Christmas time, because I thought I booked Elwood Market. Turns out maybe 7 p.m. the night before market day, my car's packed and I'm just double checking just to be sure. I scroll through my emails and I actually never applied for the Christmas market in Elwood. So I quickly applied. Turns out it was the 2025 market that was available to book. Go figure. Luckily, one of the organisers, it's like a parent volunteer group, very kind of her to email straight away and ask if I was actually booking for this year or next year, and even kinder of her to set aside time to find a spot for me and then update me that someone pulled out and gave me quite a central location in the end. So thank God that worked out, because that would have really dampened my spirits for the Christmas markets as well. Moral of the story, just check that you've booked markets and check for the confirmation. So I've started doing a calendar, just a calendar of which markets I've booked and just how much they cost, because I tend to forget. But yeah, if you're doing markets super often, I would say keep track, because things might get lost in the mayhem. Alright, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. And if you want to follow along my journey of making pet accessories and people accessories, doing markets around Melbourne and trying to do sewing workshops, feel free to join by subscribing. I will try to do some more videos next year, so stay tuned for that. And my Instagram will be linked below, along with my Facebook and website. Say bye! Bye, Maisie! Say bye-bye! Say bye-bye! Who's this? Who's this? Say bye-bye! Say bye-bye!